Go video, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Gonna go over some solds from Friday to Sunday of this week of, I don't even know what the date is, to be honest with you. It's the first week of January. So it's a good start for the first week of January compared to the first week of January last year, I can tell you that much. I probably sold like one item, two items. So yeah, let's go through the items a little bit, and I just want to show you some of them because I was talking back and forth in a couple of chats about some of these. So some pretty good stuff, and this is, I guess, stuff you should look out for. You can buy it in huge lots and make big piles at the right sales and the right times, and if you can pay cheap, then there's really good profit to be made. So let's get into it, and I'll try to tell you where I found everything. So these are the Corvette header covers that I was telling you guys about in the chat. So you get two of these open box header covers for Corvette 67, I think, and they're never used. They're nice, super clean. They're showing a little bit of age, but they got that right look and the right brand for the buyer. They're pretty high end, so cool. Yeah, I think he's happy. Sold. Okay. So that was a nice sale. I got that for both of them $10 at a yard sale right down the end of my street. The lady was moving, and they didn't have any other stuff like this. And I was not gonna buy these. The guy wanted 20, and I'm wicked cheap, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to take that kind of chance. 10. We went back and forth. I made a little bit of a bigger pile with these, and we settled on 20 with a couple more items. So great sale. I'll be shipping those out. Pack those nicely. And this is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. There's no sponsorship or anything, but this show is brought to you by Dunkin'. Dunkin' keeps me going to do these videos. So on the next item, this is not the order that they sold either. This is just the pile between the 3 days. I got these for $3.99, $4.99, something like that. I have the receipt. It was under $10. I got these at the thrift store. Ray just put them out, and I already had them behind the desk, and he said, hey, there's some speakers back there. They're brand new. I looked inside. They're brand new. You should go buy them. And I said, oh, I already have them behind the counter. So nice sale. Those sold. Could have got a little more for those, and I'm kind of unsure how I'm going to ship these because they don't fit in a large flat rate. So we might have to suffer a little bit of consequence on that. Everything has adequate shipping. This is a square. It's a machinist square. I bought this in the machinist lot. I listed about 8 more of these, all the same price, if not a little higher. So this is calibrated, so I should have listed this a little bit more because it is calibrated, which that holds about $10 of value, I would think. So this should have been 50, but I think I would have sat on it for a little while. So $40, $3.99 sold. $3.99, $39.99. This is Starrett. It's marked number 20, 3-inch. Yeah, I can read upside down. I don't know if you guys can. So look out for that Starrett stuff. It's more local to the New England area, so it might be kind of hard for some of you guys to find some of that. Let's go on with some of the bigger sales. That way it gets done a little easier. This is one of the Micronauts that I sold. I had to build the parts out of this. There was only a couple parts in this box, but it's still not complete either. I couldn't complete it. And so it's sold as parts, but the box is nice, and it's got all the inserts that it needs in the sticker pack. So, sold. It's a good sale. I could have sold just a box maybe for $40 and the parts into little smaller sales. It's just more packing. So it's going to Texas. It should be all right. Adequate shipping. All right, move on to these lights. I got these. I don't remember where I got these. I got these out of a clean out or something. They're pretty cool. These might be in one of the haul videos. What's cool about these is they have power for, like a 50s plug type single, no ground. And here's the switch for it. You twist it. There you go. Twist it. So that's pretty cool. Sold them as like diner lights, which is maybe what they were. I'm not too sure. But sold. It's a little cheap. I think it's a little cheap, but they do have a little wear on the top. There's a little wear. Yeah, not too bad. These are from the Model T and A house. I mean, we paid $80 for everything. We sold one item for $80, so this is probably pure profit. Sold these as I'll show it to you. It's an oiler kit, so it's just a piece of copper, which probably would have been like scrap. I grabbed it to like scrap it in a way, but I figured I'd crunch some numbers on it first. There's some people selling some of them, and they do all right, but I think the way I did it was probably the best. I just made them into a lot and sold them as for custom rat rod or a custom vehicle, custom fit. So it technically doesn't have to go to a specific vehicle, and I didn't sell it to a specific vehicle, so I was covering a lot of ground on selling it that way, which is why I did it that way. Oh, yeah, sold. All right. Sold one of these figures. I don't know which one it was. You'll see which one it is, but we had about 20 of these, and we're down to the last one. So, I mean, I could delist. I don't know. I almost want to delist this other figure and just include this one. Kind of done with them. Took a long time to get rid of them, like the whole year, but they probably made me $100 on the long run. So maybe we'll keep it going. That's just that one item that I just keep misplacing. I gotta dig one of these pins out, and I'll just show you both those sales. I gotta dig one of these pins out, but one of these pins sold. So here's the solds on those two items. All right. It's a knife. It's like a kitchen knife. It's a German kitchen knife. It's I'm not even gonna pronounce it. I'm not even gonna try and zoom in on it. So that's what it looks like. It's got this. That's the maker's mark right there. Yeah, nice knife. Good money on that knife too. So this is what that knife sold for. Keep a lookout for your kitchen knives. That's why I sell them. We got this. I listed this last night. I was just listing some random piece of paper, and this sold. It's a manual for some kind of robot. A ding-a-lingy. A ding-a-ling. Yeah, it's a ding-a-ling. There's a paperwork for a ding-a-ling. So that sold. Cheap, but it's still a sale. This, I have to take apart like that anyway. These are, let me cut clip. Alright, these are machinist flute bits. I guess on a good day I can do a video of these, but that's kind of what it looks like. It's an odd shaped bit, and you probably, I mean, you would think it's worth something. Sheesh, focus. Well, focus a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, so Rob Jack makes these. There's 330 in this lot. So you were at about 50 cents a bit. Yeah, sold. Maybe more. They could have been a little more than 50 cents a bit. It's kind of been running at about 50 cents a bit on this particular size. The bigger they get, the more money they go for. This is another lot. This is from the machinist lot 2019. This is from the machinist lot 2018. I started this priced at $279. Crazy price. But I did separate these into all high speed. So these are all high speed, like really good brand. And that's kind of why I was asking that much. So I kind of inflated this bag like way too much and probably sat on it way too long, and just should have sold it at a little more reasonable price. That's a sold. Should have started it at maybe $129.99, and I think I probably would have sold around when I listed it, but that's okay. I mean, it's a long tail item. That lot's been paid for more than half the year, so, well, of last year, so that was a good buy. That's why I buy the bits. So I only buy the bits if they're cheap, though, just so you know. The bits are expensive, I don't buy the bits. So this is the last item that, well, it's not the last, but it's the last item. I'm gonna kind of pull it out because I have to rebox this anyway. This is not what I'm gonna ship it in, and this needs to be like super duper protected. It's a very big sale, so it needs to be extra protected. Let me open it and we'll dive into it a little bit. All right. I got it open. So these are the bits. Yeah, don't worry about my sawdust and my sweeping I gotta do. I'm working here. So this is not involuted, but this is a milling bit. This goes on a milling machine. What makes this lot really good is that I have all these arbor attachments for these bits to work on multiple machines, if that makes any sense. And then I have all these washers, which it's not, you know, it's like, oh, I can go to the store and buy washers, but there's like, I don't know, 200, 300 washers here. So when you're setting it up, and you don't want these to touch each other, so you put the washers in between each bit. And this lot actually has a whole log of every bit that's in here, which is pretty interesting. I will have to include this because I said I would, but it will say which ones are dull. See, dull. So we'll say the condition of the bit. But this guy got a smoking deal, so there's no way he can complain about this lot. This is a really good lot. I was about 45 minutes into the sale. Nobody grabbed these. I was too busy over in a corner of the room, and my brother-in-law was actually like standing next to these. And I was like, I'll take those. You don't want these, right? No, I don't want those. All right, I'll take them. He knew I was going in there to buy bits anyway, so he bought scrap, I bought bits. That's what we did. That was our plan. So yeah, good sale. This is the sold. I don't know if I did that. I did the pointy finger thing. I'll just drop one in there again anyway, because they took a little long to explain it, and I'll just make a shorter one too. All right. So yeah, that's the sales. My camera's all over the place, you know that. So that's the sales. Again, brought to you by Duncan. And yeah, keep picking. Keep looking around. Try to get into more of them machinist tools. That's some good stuff to have. That stuff, it doesn't fly at the flea market, but it moves. It moves. People like that stuff. Pretty much everything I just showed you. I think you'd have the smarts enough to buy it if it was cheap enough, I guess, you know, at least with the lights and the speakers and the Corvette stuff, so, and the kitchen knives and yada yada yada. I don't know. Just put that stuff on your itinerary list next time you go yard sailing. Peace.